Today is a special podcast because we have a very, very special singer among us from Ocean City, Midland. Basically, she is a singer songwriter. She's 16 and she's from Salisbury, Maryland. Um, but we're going to talk to her now. Welcome,
Thank
Callum
you.
Toner.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you, that you are
Very
here.
nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And this, I believe you mentioned, is your very, very first podcast.
Yes, my first.
Well, you know what? That smiley, so you can draw a lot of people, a lot of followers. So that's good. But so she is definitely a great singer-songwriter. We will link a lot of her music down below in the description. Um, we're going to let her talk about herself. But just so you know, she was actually started singing and humming since she was in the crib. And then, believe it or not, I'm kind of shocked, but when she was like 3 years old, she picked up an instrument. And ready for this? Pink ukulele. So, Callum Toner,
Yes.
can you give us a little bit of a story of who you are and why did you pick up singing and music and why a pink ukulele?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have absolutely no idea why I did that. I just like singing, and I was like, "Mom, can I have this? I want this. I want to do this." She's like, "Yeah, sure." She gave it to me. And then ever since then, I've been like just singing, and I didn't stop. I don't stop singing. I never stop listening to music. I'm always having earbud in my ear blasting music. But
Yeah, your voice, like that vibrato, it's just amazing, everyone. Callum Toner, and you gotta listen to her music on YouTube, and you have to follow her because she's got an incredible voice. But yeah, that you also self-taught, began teaching yourself piano at 12 years old. Wow, you're and
yes,
guitar at 14, so you're really talented, multi-talented. Can you
thank
give us
you,
a little bit of
thank you.
story of why the guitar and the piano, and not like the trumpet, tuba, or the
Right.
dulcimer, especially a hammered dulcimer?
So I started playing piano and guitar just because those were the only instruments that I really had access to. And I wanted to start being able to play for myself instead of having other people play for me. I don't know why. It was just something like, oh, I want to be able to write songs or do this or do that, and I couldn't do that if I didn't know how to play. But I guess that's kind of why I started in teaching myself. But in school, I did play French horn, but I was not self-taught.
You've been singing, you've been playing, you're talented, and but here you're picking up like a pink ukulele at 3, and you're humming in the crib. I mean, it's
Right.
amazing. I'm so glad that
Thank you.
you're here. So wonderful that
Thank
you're
you.
here. Um, so, and at 10, you started understanding chords and how it all worked.
Right.
Um, can you tell us what the local venues, like you were with a group called the Academy of Music Performers? Can you give us a little bit of an idea what that's all about?
So it's called AMP, and they take in people that would like to have a band experience, or if they're looking for a teacher or anything like that, they bring in kids and they would place them in these bands, whether they play instrument, guitar, drums, any they want to sing, anything. They'll put you, and I was put into that the band when I was 13, and then I graduated when I had turned 15. Yes, 15. I graduated when I turned 15. But I had like the best time I've ever had, and that was the first like real band experience I've ever had, and it was really really fun, and I'm so grateful that I've had that experience with AMP. It was amazing.
But your unique vocals and your dedication to music to be part of this group of 12 other acapella of students, and also for the international band Foreigner as well, opening up for them. Wow, that's quite an accolade right there. I can't wait to hear the other ones that you actually opened up for. You also spotlight performer for new up and coming artists at the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Can you give us a little bit of more about it was like to be part of that group of 12 other students opening up for Foreigner, because that's my favorite group. That's
Oh,
my favorite
really?
group.
Okay,
Yes.
it was crazy. I mean, we were gonna meet them, but it was COVID, so we couldn't. I was really upset about that because we got to hang out in the same trailer, but we didn't get to meet each other. But it was awesome. I had the best time ever, and you feel so cool when you're up on stage singing a cappella and everybody's looking at you. They're like, "Oh my God!" And I had green and pink hair, so of course I was the one that stood out, I guess. Everybody was like, "That girl has green and pink hair. The heck?" But it was really fun, and I had an awesome time.
It's incredible. Did you make lasting friendships with these 12 others students?
Yes, yes, I did, and some of them are in college now, so I hope they're living it up.
Now, the music director that was leading this, like the conductor, was it easy to remain in time and sync with everyone? Did he stop you once in a while? So once you did your final performance, it had to be spot on.
Yes, it
Like, give us a
was.
little bit of idea about.
Yeah, I'm confident that our performance was fantastic. I mean, we had the best instructors with us at that time, and everybody was just it was just a really good experience, honestly. Like, it was just fun.
So did you get a chance to meet Chris Martin at all of Coldplay? Because you actually you were a pre-opener for that band as well.
Yes, I was. I didn't get to meet them, but I saw them as I was pulling up into the stadium and the area and the Bud Light Seltzer stage. I saw them drive past me, and on the window of the car it said royalty. It was it was just really funny. I saw them drive past me, and I saw them go into the stadium and pull in, but I didn't get to meet them, which is really, really sad.
But that is amazing. Wow. I mean, I'm also a tenor, and if I had a chance to sing with Josh Groban, even before I got a chance, even open up my mouth to say one little note, I go up to him and say, "Hey, Josh Groban! Wow, I love your music. Oh, you got a great voice." And then he'll probably go like, "Well, I hope you have a good voice too. You just screw me up." Like, yeah, okay, sure. But yeah, so I love your accolades. It's amazing. So we know about the Collective Soul actually because you were performing one summer with that band
Right.
and in Springfest in Ocean City. That was amazing. Um, so what does it feel like to be singing alongside these amazing musicians, amazing performers? Describe your feeling emotionally when it comes to singing with these greats.
It's all adrenaline, really. It doesn't for me, I still see them as humans, and either way, I just like to talk to people, so of course I'm gonna talk to them, but it I don't really know how to describe it. I always get adrenaline whether I'm with famous people on stage or whether I'm by myself, but it's all adrenaline, and it's all just it's it's a lot of fun, really.
That's amazing. I can understand what it's like to have fun. I remember when I was taking vocal lessons some years ago, we had to do a recital in one of our big, like it's called the Living Arts Center down here near Toronto. And one Christmas, I got a chance to sing "O Holy Night," and I ended up showing up at the venue, and there was like 300 people, and I would say, "Whoa, they're here for us! Awesome!" But it was still good. It was still fascinating. So I can understand the adrenaline
Right.
because you. What's your pre-vocal um, voice like before you go on stage? What do? You drink something? You go la 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 man. Like
Right.
this?
I honestly should warm up, but I don't because I'm a bad person. I should warm up, but I don't. Sometimes I do, but the majority of the time I don't.
You just drink like chamomile tea or water with lemon or something. So that
Mhm.
works.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So you involved in performing for several charities, and one I know that I'm very into because my both my parents died of cancer. Um,
I'm sorry.
Tell us about Bow Strong for battling teen cancer and Operation We Care for Military. Tell us about that. There's so many wonderful charities. I hope that you realize what you're doing for these charities, especially people with cancer. That's amazing. That's very makes me happy. Tell us a little bit more about that charity.
So Bowstrong is an event where they would take some people to go into sing to benefit childhood and teen cancer, and they told me some stories about their son and how when he was, I don't know if this is my story to tell, but when he was sick in the hospital, he would always ask his mom to bring his guitar and his piano and everything else. And she was like packing the necessities, and he was always like, "Make sure to bring my guitar, mom." And but anyways, we would go and we would sing, and then once you were invited to the house that they have, you'd eat dinner with the children and adults, and then you would go into the basement, and then you would with perform for, or you could have fun and just play with the kids. Which I have a date to go and do that, and I'm very excited for that. So
That's very wonderful what you're doing there. Play music, make bring like joy to their faces and joy to their hearts
yeah.
because nobody wants to be sick in bed with cancer or whatever. And it's sort of like I remember the men's vocal group in my church. I used to sing, going to a nursing home, an old folks home. I guess that's what you call them now, and to sing to these darling elderly people who don't usually get a Christmas card unless we bring them one because they don't have family,
Mm.
and just opening up to them and singing Christmas songs. It's like, very happy to know there's some my Callum Toner
It's
is
okay.
singing in these charities. Um, so I like what Monique from OC Beat said. She said that Callum's unique sound and essence capture your attention. The flavor in her
Mhm.
vocals come from her soul and touch yours, and I agree with that. I love how she puts the Callum touch on classic songs. I agree with that. How did that make you feel when she said that?
It made me feel understood, honestly, because it's hard to give, so not that I'm giving so much and not getting enough back, it's that it's hard to only give so much when you're performing, because every single time I perform, it's right, it's like all from my soul.
It is, and I can feel it too. Um, and your hit single, "If I Could," and "Testing My Patience." Well, Callum, that really affected me. Can you tell me how did "If I Could"? How did that come along? Tell us about your songwriting. How do you do the lyrics first and then the music, or the music and then the lyrics? How did "If I Could" come to be, and how did "Testing My Patience" come to be?
Right. So when I write, I usually start with a melody I play the chords on the guitar, and then I slowly start to add words to the song, and it just comes out. I don't really know, but I wrote my first song when I was like 10 or 11, but if I could, I wrote about my sister. Actually, she was in a tough situation, so I wrote the song for her to let her know that, like, I'm basically here for you, and I'm not gonna go anywhere. And then testing my patience is obviously about people testing your patience. Testing my patience, uh, I wrote that about a year ago, and I was in a tough situation with a couple of people, and they were really testing my patience. So I wrote the song about people getting on my nerves, really.
Well, you're not the only one that actually writes music according to experience, and had some other musicians who say that all they have to do is think of like a title of a song and they'll write the song around it. So I
Mhm.
said to them, um, talked about how, if it's a sunny day out, got a blue sky, you got a sun, it's a beautiful day. But when you get up and it's nice and cloudy and gloomy out, doesn't necessarily mean that the sun is gone. It's just that the sun is behind the clouds, so the sun is still there. So when I said that, they took a they took that sun is still there, and they're making a song out of it. So,
Oh, okay. That's cool.
but but I have four songs that I want to actually put out there. But you know, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of music out there, a lot of releases on Spotify, and it's either a win or lose. But it's great proving that your dedication, multiple showcases weekly, you ignite the audience energy in every room. That's amazing. Look at that. So, what about dancing? Do you know how to dance?
Yeah, I do.
Do you do the same dance that Elvis did while he was playing guitar? You know,
Yeah, I find myself doing that actually frequently.
oh, the Elvis set.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to know, Callum, that what or who inspires you?
Amy Winehouse definitely is a big inspiration on my writing and my mostly my melodies. Um, I get a lot of that from her, and then just my creativeness definitely comes from Phineas O'Connell. And to people who don't know who he is, he's Billie Eilish's brother and her co-writer and her producer. My inspiration mainly comes from him because he's extremely creative and he's just created stuff that I've never heard before. And I'm like, holy crap, that's really, really cool. And he's one of those people he doesn't stay in a box. And that's why he's an inspiration of mine because I don't really have a box.
Wow. What's your favorite song from his?
Oh shoot. There's a lot because I like a song called "The Kids Are All Dying," and then I also like a song. It's off the same album, called "Optimist," and I like the song "Love Is Pain." It's a good one.
That is totally amazing. Yeah. So, who do you have playing on your Spotify list, or who do you have playing in your Walkman or your MP3s? Who's your favorite artist at the moment? And you can't say yourself.
um, you know what? I don't know who my favorite artist is at the moment. I have to really think about that.
Well, I like Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons, and
He's good, yeah.
yes, I
He's
love
really
Imagine Dragons. And another one is Brendan Urie. You know who he's from?
Yes. Oh
Panic at
my
the Disco,
goodness.
my favorite. Yes,
Yes. I was
yes.
obsessed with Panic at the Disco for like 6 years when I was in like 5th grade, all the way up until like last year. Obsessed.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. He's got an amazing voice.
Yeah.
I think "Don't Turn Out the Lights" is one of my favorite songs, and I
Right.
absolutely obsess over that song. And then I got some of the older ones, like I still like a little bit of Britney Spears, and I'm a Swiftie, so don't tell anybody.
Right.
Okay, wait,
Oh
this
boy, you're a
this
Swiftie.
is going on the channel pretty soon. People are gonna know I'm a Swiftie. No, I told everyone about that. Um, um, so so what do you think was the most difficult song for you to write?
Um, I have to think about that one. Honestly, probably a song that I'm working on right now. It's actually done getting mixed. It's called Captivated and it's not out yet, but that one's been pretty freaking difficult.
Why is it difficult?
It's just all the sounds and it's just I didn't even know how I wanted it to sound when it was being recorded. I was just like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this," and I came in with absolutely no like, I had no idea what I wanted to do with it, and it was hard to figure it out because it's a kinda slow song, so
Do you like I was thinking earlier, so like when you go up to sing, do you say this song was written or this song is a song that I wrote and I felt so emotional whatever towards it? Isn't it different and better if you just sing the song and hopefully that the people actually when they hear the song will get an idea of why you wrote it and then give the person a chance to Callum, that was a great song. Like, wow, I really feel that song.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, because singing and songwriting is an art form. Your songwriting process is you kind of like it's amazing thing. So what are you working on musically right now? Because I know your
A
single
lot.
just was released as well, right?
Mhm. I haven't, released anything recently, but I'm getting ready to soon. 2. I have 2 songs that are gonna be released soon. I'm shooting a, music video for Testing My Patience tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. That do you have an idea what the
Mhm.
video is going to entail? What are you going to do in this video? Is this
Yes,
you know
so
yeah? What is this? What kind of video is this for patients? Like how you're going to do this?
so it'll be basically about a fight between a girl and a boy, boyfriend and girlfriend, or just friends, however the viewer interprets it. Uh, however the viewer sees it, she'll get into a fight. Being she, I'll get into a fight with that person, and then throughout my shift, because we'll be filming at a restaurant, Burn Pizza in Berlin, Maryland, and throughout my shift, I'll be dealing with some more BS from the people, from the waitresses, and everything else. And then by the end of the video, once I've had enough of everybody's, you know, then I'll go on stage and I'll sing a song. And the song will be Testing My Patience.
We're looking forward to seeing that one, Callum. Do you know when that will be ready to be uploaded onto your YouTube channel?
I don't know yet. It depends on when it's done being edited.
What are the other instruments do you know how to play? Oh, by the way, this the singing voice, that's an instrument as well. That's a stringed instrument because your vocal cords.
French horn, bass, drums,
Drum.
and oh god, I don't know what else.
Wow. Are you a good drummer?
No, but I can play.
So I guess you
I
rather
can
just
play like one song, but it's still it's I can still play.
do you have the
Great.
guitar handy that you could play as a song?
Yes. What
And what
song would
song is
you
this
like to
by?
hear? Depends on what song you'd like to hear.
Well, you know a lot of cover songs, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to do a cover, I can do that.
Do you know a Pink song?
I don't.
Um, give us one of the cover songs, but let us know what song you're gonna play and what artist, and then
All right, I think should I play an original?
okay, play an original. Let's hear the
All right.
original Callum Toner play an original song. Let's do it.
All right, I'll play Testing My Patience. Lights are on, but nobody's home. I thought that we were already grown. I know you won't be gone too long, but I can't stay till the morning. Why are you so vacant? I said, it's this whole situation, and I tried to be fine, but all you do is whine. You're You're testing my patience. Don't get complacent with me now. I hope you know I tried, but I don't know how to please you. So I'll just look at you like you are see-through. Don't know why I stay if someone can just take my place, and I really do try to keep my mind at peace. You're testing my patience. Don't get complacent with me now. I hope you know I tried, but I don't know how to please you. So I'll just look at you like you are see-through. I can see through.
You didn't let me do my ba ba da ba 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 da da da. You didn't let me do that. I'm sad. Excellent. Wow. Callum
Thank you.
Toner, everyone. Excellent.
Thank
So
you.
someone wants to be an aspiring musician. Do you have any advice for them?
Don't let people change you. Just do it. Honestly, just don't let people change you is the biggest thing that I could say, and just don't be afraid of these people that talk down on you.
I agree with you. That's good. So, how do you manage all the places you go to perform? How do you deal with your mental health so you know that you're going in there and you're not like, okay, Callum, your guitar. I know I have the guitar. Thank you very much. Callum,
Oh my god.
how do you do that? Like
So
without getting crazy, how do you just take a deep breath and you say, Callum, your guitar. Oh, thank you very much. This is the seventh time I held the guitar and I did 10 concerts the last hour, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. How do you deal
so
with your mental health?
my mom manages me, but
Good.
uh I don't know. I guess I do see a therapist. Like every
Really?
other normal human being does.
Hmm.
But I I don't know. I really don't know. I just
Favorite venue? What do you think is your favorite venue? Is it a kind of like a coffee shop? Is it a um, community center? Where do you feel most at home? Well, I know playing at home, but what venue do you think makes you feel like this feels like home?
I like Cult Classic Brewery, which is in like Kent Island, and then I like the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware.
Really? Is that where you
Yeah.
wish? Is that where you wish you did a lot more performing?
I'm sorry?
Is that where you like to do a lot more performing?
Yeah.
Because you're all over the place doing all this different music, and then you end up there, and it's like, this is where I want to be, and it's sort of like someone should come up to you and say, Callum, this is you're going to be performing for the rest of your life in this venue because you seem to be happy in one particular place sometimes, and you know,
Right.
um, so I know I asked you what the best piece of advice you would give to an up and budding musician. What is the worst piece of advice someone gave you when you started out?
That's a good question. Um Gosh, there's so much. There's um the worst advice about performing would be, there's two of them. Would be keep your lips on the mic. That's a horrible one. And then and then you only should do covers. Also really horrible advice.
Are you
Don't.
joking?
I know, that's true. It's
Were
yeah.
these mostly drunk-filled musicians who didn't get anywhere in the world in music and decided to throw it all on this young girl who's trying to make it in the music business? What the beep?
Some of it was, yes, and then other people that gave me bad advice were professionals themselves. So
Don't listen to them. Listen to people you trust, like your parents, people in
okay.
your family, like your sister. Yes, God, listen to them. Don't listen to some guy who comes up to you. Callum, you're 16 years old. You don't know squat. You know, and you do research on this guy who said you don't know squat, and you find out he was a famous musician and had like 26 albums and was good for the next 10 years. And then he started getting into drugs and drinking, and then he bumps into you, and he said, Callum, you're only good for cover songs. Yeah, don't listen to
Right.
people like that.
Mm-mm. I think
Good.
my songs are pretty good.
I'm so glad.
Sometimes I hate them, but
I
sometimes I like
know
them.
being at so young that you are, but was there ever, yeah, is there ever a time when you just wanted to give up?
Oh yeah. It's a lot. It really is a lot, and I'm sure that everybody would understand. I'm sure you understand too. It's a lot on, especially a child. Uh, it can be frustrating, annoying, tiring, and my back hurts every single day. My brain hurts
Wow.
every single day, and it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure because people are like, "Have you written a new song yet?" No, because I got my period. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm a kid.
So that's amazing. Everyone, period, as in grammar, okay? That's all she means. Go back to work.
Oh my gosh, you're funny.
So, how do you deal? Thank you very much for the song, by the way. That
Oh,
was
of
excellent.
course.
Great song,
Thank
great
you.
voice,
Thank
everything.
you.
But
Thank
you're
you
only
so much.
good for cover songs. Just kidding. Joking.
Okay.
What are your future goals with your music?
There's a lot. Um, I think everybody depends on the person. I'm not gonna just speak for everybody that's in the business. Is that everybody wants to be successful. I don't really care. Either I could go either way. I could be successful or I could not be. I just want people to listen to my music and be like, "Oh, that's me," and I feel understood. That's exactly what I want people to think. And
That's
I want people to
amazing.
feel good.
That's amazing. So inspirational. Wow. Um,
Thank you.
I asked you what your favorite venues were, but I like to find out when it's. Yeah, so you have a favorite performance that you consider to be like your crowning victory,
Probably Coldplay when I opened for Coldplay.
but you didn't get a chance to meet Chris Martin. It would have been actually cherry on the top of your.
Unfortunately, no. Yeah, I would have
Mm.
been really excited to meet him and Coldplay. Oh my god. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh my God, Chris
Yeah,
Martin,
I wouldn't
oh
shut up.
my God. Okay, people are gonna think, excuse me, like Chris, are you okay? So, who would you like to collaborate with? Okay, I know probably Chris Martin, but apart from Chris Martin and Foreigner and Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons and Barry Gibb and whoever, who would you like to collaborate with?
I can't collaborate with Amy Winehouse because she yeah, but I would like to perform and collaborate with Phineas. 150%.
Oh, so you don't want to collaborate like do a cover song with Britney Spears or Avril Lavigne or Taylor Swift if she knocks on your door and say, Callum, hi, Taylor Swift, Britney Spears are outside and they want to actually have you sing Out of the Woods. They
I
want to
mean, no,
cover your.
I mean, Taylor Swift, if she's looking at this right now, girl, call me. No, but I love Taylor Swift. I love Harry Styles. I love Lana Del Rey. Oh, girl, Lana Del Rey. I would love to perform with and like collaborate with her. She's phenomenal. Um, but I really like Harry Styles too. So it would be cool to collaborate with him because he's a really good writer and his team, amazing. They're really good writers.
Yeah, I guess I take it you don't get any of your parents or anybody else to help you write your song. You just do it all on your own and you write the music all your own.
Yeah, all by myself on my bedroom floor.
I can imagine the slips of paper all over the place and then you're writing on the walls and your mother's come walk in and say, Callum, what does I don't need you mean? Oh, that's part of your song. Oh, right. That's the lyric to your song. Good. Callum, what does I'm skipping school? Is that a part of your song too, I hope? Hmm? I'm just trying to be funny there. So what do you
No,
like to do
that's
in your
funny.
what do you like to do in your free time when you're not picking up a guitar and playing cover songs? Ha ha.
Listen to music. No, I like to draw, and I used to horseback ride for a really long time. I did that, and hopefully that's going to be something that I pick up here soon again. I like to do that. I like to draw, paint, and poetry.
Do you get recognized in your town when you're doing
Yeah,
shopping or yeah?
yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Not all the time because you got a voice that probably will wake up the dead, you know what I mean? No. No. Patience. Huh. So, describe the what do you consider to be the genre of music that you play? Do you have a particular favorite genre?
um, I don't have honestly, my favorite genre to play is jazz, but I don't jazz and blues. I like them a lot. They go together well. But me myself, I don't really think that I sit in a particular genre. I'm very wide ranged with all my music. Very eclectic, I think, in my opinion. Like I could sing Johnny Cash, Etta James, and like Leslie Gore and Ink Spots, and then I could go all the way to Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, Olivia Rodrigo. It could be that, but I think that my originals sit in like a jazzy kind of place. In my opinion, I think that they're jazz. I've written my songs are kind of written with the jazz chords and stuff. So
Wow, that's a pretty eclectic amount of singers that you like. Um, do you mind me asking how many cover songs? No, I'm being serious here. How many cover songs you know?
probably about 400.
What? Seriously? So
Yeah,
you're not
it's
so you're not threatened by someone in like a venue that you're playing and to pick to request a song and you know how to sing it.
no. It's if I don't know it, I'll be like, hey, you can message my Facebook and I'll learn it and I'll post it and sing it for you. But um, you know what I mean? It's
Well, I'm
or
very
I could give
surprised.
them I could sing
Yeah,
another one by the same artist that they request. So
I want to hear "Guardian" by Alanis Morissette. Can you play that one?
I can't play that one, but I could probably find another song that I know by her. That's
That,
usually my
that's good.
answer.
That's excellent. Yeah, because in karaoke's you actually are given a list of songs that they have, and you can choose from there. But with you, like Callum, can you play such and such? You're like, no, but I can play another one from her.
Yeah.
That's a good response right there. The least you want to do is, um, sit down. I don't know that song. I don't know that artist. And say, Callum, please, you two just relax, take a deep breath. Uh, what do you think is the most important thing for a musician to remember?
Their music. No, I'm just joking. Their guitar. Make sure your guitar's in your car. No, but um, you know what? I don't even know because I don't remember anything.
So especially when you have to travel with the guitar. I mean, there was I don't know if you ever done this, but it's like this one guy would go and bear the weather and everything just to get to work. He takes his laptop bag and takes a deep breath and thank God I'm here. And then he opens up a laptop bag and he notices it's empty because he forgot to take his laptop with him. So it's sort of like you ever do
Mm,
that when you take your guitar into a venue and you open the guitar case and the guitar's not there.
I've never done that, but I've forgotten. When we get like a couple of miles down the road, we're like, oh, we forgot the tip bucket. Oh, or oh my god, I forgot my guitar. It's in the house. It's never ending with that type of stuff, honestly.
You can put sticky notes on the back of your guitar. Nobody in the audience can see it except those that are
Mhm.
behind you, and you can have
Yeah.
like lyrics on them and everything.
Hmm.
Pretty interesting. Would you actually buy your own strings and string them too, or do you have to get a professional to do it?
I used to. I do know how to restring and de-string my guitars, but my mom is one of those. Oh, you're gonna break it. You're gonna break it. Those type of people. So
You only good
she
for
doesn't
cover
let
song.
me do it. Exactly. Exactly. So she doesn't let me do it. So we take it into the shop and we have it restrung there. But I do know how to restring my guitars.
Yeah. So, who's your favorite guitar? Is it, for instance, I there's this, I believe, Martin and Taylor.
Right. Yeah.
For other type of guitars, what's your favorite guitar?
Right now it's Breedlove because that's the one that I currently own. This one behind me is not. It is a Italian make. It's actually it's my grandfather's. He gave it to me, and that was the first guitar that I played with. Actually, this like little piece here was handmade in Vietnam, and it
Really?
was placed on there too.
Wow.
So, but yeah,
I love this. You showing me the guitar.
yeah.
How do you know it's in tune?
Um, honest, I'm very much like my dad. He was very good with hearing stuff, and when I was younger, he would sit me on his lap and he would play the piano in front of me, and it's just about hearing stuff. So if I play like an E because it's a bottom string, I play an E, and if it doesn't sound like it's supposed to because my brain is like that doesn't sound right, then I know it's out of tune. It's a weird thing. I just know what it's supposed to sound like.
How were you able to? So most people can actually, like, have you ever heard of a musia? It's a medical term for deftoneness. So, um,
I've never heard of that,
yeah, so it's a new word now. So
but
instead of saying deaf tone, instead of being tone deafness, it's called a musia. And sometimes you hear, I even heard a professional musician play a guitar and she sang, and I'm like, you're octave lower. Sounds like you got a musia. And people are going, wow, you're great. Um, no. But you wouldn't go up
I
to
get
them and say,
that all the time. I've
"Oh,
Yeah, it's annoying when you can hear things that are wrong with not saying that people are bad, but when you're sitting in a room full of people and they're watching this performance and a person hits a wrong note on a keyboard and you're like, ugh, and then people are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, they just hit a wrong note. But I also I have that kind of like thing where I can hear, but I can also I have a thing called synesthesia, which is where you can see colors when you listen to music. You can see shapes. You can see lines. For when I sing, I can see lines,
Wow.
um, and it kind of guides when I sing. It kind of goes like this, and it like an EKG. It like kind of guides. It's weird, but it kind of guides me through when I sing.
Wow, you're not the only one who told me that they actually can see color and they believe that music has a color, and I think one of the colors is black, although black isn't a color because black is an absence of color. What do you think is the worst thing about being a musician?
For it's I think it's different for everybody, honestly, but for me, it's uh keeping up with my mental health, really. But it's also I'm very young and I'm going through uh like all the different emotions and stuff. But I think for me, it's definitely keeping up with my mental health, and keeping relationships with people is hard. I've lost a lot of friends, a lot. Like I only have one friend right now.
Well, you got
It's
two
just
now.
something that happens.
I'm your friend now.
And no,
um,
yes, of course, yeah, well,
but
duh.
why did they leave?
It's it's kinda hard to explain, and it's just a lot of all my friends were music people, and they wrote their own songs, and they did this and they did that, but I wrote songs too, and I put them out, and I started doing bigger shows, and I guess that's where the issue came in. They're like, "Wow, Cal's doing all this, and I'm not invited, and blah, 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 blah." Like, no, you are, you just it's not I don't it could have been jealousy, but I don't think it's that. I think it's we all have the same dream, but I was the one that took a step further with it, and they weren't taking the extra step to get further in what they wanted to do, and then they blamed it on me. So that's kind of the situation.
That's a terrible thing. You got a wonderful voice. You know, people who
Thank
leave you
you.
who jealous, like you don't need them. You want people who are like your parents. You want them beside you
Yeah.
and to just encourage you because you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow, but you want to still be making music. Um,
Mhm.
do you what do you think that when you started playing on the pink ukulele to now, do you think your music has changed over the last 10, 12 years?
Probably because I started out listening and being obsessed with Katy Perry when I was, like, 2 and 4, and now I'm definitely different, writing about people and saying that I hate everybody. So and Katy Perry's very, like and I'm very, like, I
Yeah.
don't like this place. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be kind of interesting to have her on the podcast and I'll be like, you know, um, yeah. How do you when you perform music, how do you get the audience to sing along? And when they do sing along, how does that energy make you feel?
Depends it really I think it depends on the song that you sing, but I have a friend, her name's Marissa, and she performs her own music, and she has a song that's a sing-along song, and,
Wow.
the lyrics in it are "Never gonna give you up, never gonna give you up," and she repeats it, and she's like, "Hey, guys, this is a sing-along song, so feel free to sing along if you want," and, blah, 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 blah. So she does that with her songs, and, it you can do that with your originals, or you can sing a song that everybody knows, like, for I sang
Oh,
"Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash, and everybody's like, "Yeah, Johnny Cash, Ring of
wow.
Fire," and then they sing along, and but it feels great, even if but it feels even better if it's, like, an original I wrote.
You can't really make money on music these days. But when you do perform, do you get tips or do you get people putting bread in your jar to say, "Man, what are you doing here?"
Right, I get tips. I usually put my tips out, and then I get paid by the venue, personally as well, but
That's good.
put my tip bucket out, and I get tips.
Who do you have to pay for your own for instance, get your own song releases and like especially for the music video of Patience?
Mhm.
Do you have to pay your people to like the I guess the song, the sound designers and the filmographers and all that. Who pays them? Are
Yeah.
they just doing it because they like it?
So actually, yeah, everybody's gotta get their business done. So yeah, but I have someone who's actually sitting behind the camera right now.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Hello. Good
yeah.
job. But you can only do
Yeah,
covers. So what are you doing
you
there?
get
Just kidding. I'm joking.
yeah, but
But
everybody gets paid.
that's great. Wow, 400 songs. That's amazing. I can't believe that.
Yeah,
But do you sometimes struggle on your own songs as well? Like you
every
forget a
day,
lyric? Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. It's amazing because, that's a pure artist because they're the ones that can remember a cover song, but when they play their own song, they can't remember it. Uh,
It's also I've been doing cover songs more than I've been performing my originals out, so sometimes I blank and I forget.
well, your friends that abandon you for some stupid reason, the jealousy, whatever, are going to be really kicking themselves when they realize that you're going to be famous one day. I have a friend who's a
Yeah.
famous actress and everything, and I
Mhm.
don't specifically go around telling people that, hey, I know such and such because
Mhm.
they're going to be your friends because they want to get close to this celebrity, right? Or musician, whatever.
Right.
So I just don't say anything because I want them to be friends for me. And then when you get to know them, they say, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm friends with such and such. You are? Why didn't you tell me that? Because I wanted to know if you were going to be friends because of me and not because of who I know. Um,
Right. I
you never,
have friends that are kinda like that too, yeah.
I'm so sorry about that, Cal. That should never have been,
It's okay,
especially.
but you know what? I just keep living. Like
uh, What what is what's the meaning of life to you?
Um, the meaning of life, that's a really good question because I don't know. The meaning of life is to live, honestly, because YOLO, you don't know if you're gonna live again. You know what I mean? So, do what you want, go go where you want, do who you want, you know what I mean? Don't do dangerous things. Don't hurt anybody because we're all here for the same reason and we're all supposed to love each other. You know what I mean? It's for me, the point of life is to have fun and not care what people do unless it's bad. But not just don't care about who people love or where they are. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what they look like, what they wear. It's we're all creative in our own ways. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So just express it and leave people alone. You know what I mean? Just because if someone was bugging on you the whole day because of something, because of a simple clothing choice you made, wouldn't you be upset? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Sorry, a little rant, but just I think the point of life is to live and have fun and do and just do.
I was just told, I was just told off today when someone looked down and said, "Why are you wearing socks?" It's because the shoes that I was wearing a little bit too tight. Those shoes are meant for really thin socks, and then they started to
Right.
put me down because my shoes are, But yeah, you don't want to get people get you down. But when you were
Yes.
talking, you said YOLO.
Mhm. You
You
only
know,
live once.
that's amazing. Wow. Okay, this is really fun. I really appreciate you being on the podcast and
Thank
talking.
you.
You're very welcome. And I have to let you go and end the stream. But oh, wait, that bass guitar in the back there, is that a
Right.
Martin or is that a PV? Or what was that one?
This one or that one?
Yeah, that electric one, the one on your
I
right.
think that is just a Fender, regular
That's a
Fender Stratocaster.
Fender. Really? Wow. Fender Road. Why aren't you playing with that using that one? Why aren't you doing like the Marty
Well, I'm in a
McFly, Johnny
studio,
B. Good thing on
so
the stage?
I'm in a studio right now, but I usually play that one. That one's a classical guitar. I usually play that one. I'm not good at electric guitar.
What about that one in the middle behind your head? What is that one?
This one in the middle, that one, is, I believe it's just an acoustic. I'm not really sure what kind of make that is.
I really appreciate that, Callum. Thank you very much for showing that
Of
to me.
course.
And I really wish you success. And when you become rich and famous, I want front row seats. And I'll even sing a cover
Of
song
course.
with you.
Already done.
Yes. Can't wait. So, thank you for providing us your presence tonight,
Of course.
and look
Thank you for
forward to
having me.
talking
I
to you
appreciate
again.
it.
You're very welcome. So we will end the stream, everyone. Again, Callum Toner, just in the description down below. And patience is due. The patience video is going to be due out soon, and once it's released, I will link it down below and keep adding things and give her some more, give her some love and subscribe to her channel and Facebook, and it's all good, Callum. Thank you very much. I
Thank
really
you so much.
appreciate that.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So, just everyone, Callum Toner from Ocean City, Midland. Once
Thank
again.
you.